You are watching Co-op for Two, broadcasting live from Champaign, Illinois, Friday, September 1st, 2023 at around 11 p.m. And tonight we're playing the third and final case from True Crime Stories, an unusual cold case box of games that got released with little fanfare. And we've had some mixed experience with the game on the first two cases, but it's a little bittersweet to be at the final case because I'm starting to get into it a little bit, and it's always such a pleasure to play with all of you. I can see the chat is here. YouTube says 9 concurrent viewers. Okay, let's do a little bit of bookkeeping before we start. You'll remember that on Sunday at 3 p.m., instead of playing our normal play by mail, I will be doing a live stream question and answer channel update. I don't have anything in particular to talk about, so I would love it if people could come by, say hello. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'd be more than happy to spend an hour talking about projects that you guys are working on. So that's on Sunday. Probably Saturday I'll take off. And then I think probably next week I'll do quite a bit of a live stream playing. And if you want to help decide what games to play, you can visit the Board Game Geek Guild for this channel. There's a link on the About page. There's also a thread there where you can post questions ahead of time if you have questions you want me to answer in the live Q&A if you won't be able to make it live. You can also post questions for that on the community tab of the YouTube channel. I posted a little note about the live stream, and you can post a reply on there. Jonathan is reminding us that he's started, the book club has a new book. I've joined them for 2 books, 2 of the 3 books. I think I missed the last one. I think this one sounds interesting. I may try to join for this one. What else should we talk about? Has anyone watched, between last night and tonight, the Netflix documentary Made You Look? Last night's case was about art forgeries, and that's a documentary I would recommend. My mother emailed me to recommend a book called The Art Forger by Barbara Shapiro. It's a novel, not a true story, but We'll have to take my mother's word on that it's good. Anything else to talk about before we start? Anyone up to any interesting projects? I think on Thursday of next week, we'll play the last of the Cryptic Killers games that I haven't played, which is Murder at a Movie Theater. I'm starting to get interested in maybe playing one of these Cozy Killer boxes, the big, giant, expensive boxes. But we have a couple of, actually, we have another interesting set of cold case games from overseas that was recommended, or at least noticed on the Puzzle People Facebook group. And I think maybe we'll play that next. Looks like Greg has popped in. I haven't heard from Greg for a week. He's been AWOL, clearing his mind, but he's come in to say hello. Actually, an interesting thing while Greg is here, I've been waiting to tell Greg this in person, but an interesting thing happened at I went to the Kudo Plays kickoff meeting. This is the local game design group. And spoiler alert, I'm trying to enter high and low into that to give me some motivation to finish it. But one of the organizers there sort of recognized me, and she said, "Do you know Greg?" And she couldn't quite get the last name. Turns out she loves Jill. She's a goth person, and Greg and Jill, Greg's wife Jill, go to these goth nights. And so maybe Greg and Jill know who this is. It's a woman named Katie, young woman named Katie. Anyway, it was kind of fun. Okay, so Case 3. I'm excited to play this. I still have some thoughts about Case 2 that maybe we'll talk about again at some point, but I don't want to spoil it if anyone hasn't been following it. But Case 2 was so fascinating because it was very little about solving a mystery and more about proving stuff. So I'm wondering if Case 3 is going to be similar in terms of just being about proving information. All right. Case 3, Digging for Gold in Paradise. In the heart of Texas, a mysterious character has been spending millions of dollars on postal money orders. Where's the money going, and where did it come from? Suspected crime, money laundering. Okay, so this is our highest rated difficulty case in the box. It's interesting that they haven't marked it as the top difficulty level. I don't know what that means. Does that mean they're going to release another box of games where they'll make a harder one? All right, this one looks perhaps a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit bigger than the previous cases. All right, let's read our introduction here. U.S. Postal Service Headquarters. Inspector, I must say you've got quite the reputation. Ever since the Good Plains galleries were shut down, I seem to hear your name wherever I go. Sounds like you've impressed a lot of people, but there's still work to be done. Pack your badge, Inspector. You're going to Texas. Digging for gold in paradise. Sending cash in the mail has always been a risky business. That's why postal orders were created. You pay money to the post office and receive a sales slip that can only be cashed by the named recipient. Now no one can steal it. Unfortunately, postal orders can be purchased by anyone, including criminals. An alert has been raised by a postal clerk in Roanoke, Texas. Apparently, someone's been purchasing multiple postal orders of $9,900 every few days, just enough to stop them getting flagged by our system. This is known as structuring, and it's usually a telltale sign of money laundering, a federal offense. Inspector, this individual could be laundering millions. We need to know where the money's coming from and where it's going. But first, find key information that can help identify this individual. Okay, our first task is just to identify the individual. And they've gone back to the system where we send an email when we think we found something. Maybe even before we solve this. We don't know. All right, let's look at what we've got. It's very similar to before. We've got a bunch of little packets that are paper clipped. Then we have 4 files that are locked. The last 3 seem very thin, like just a page or so in them. The first one looks a little bigger. If this case is like our previous one, they'll be unlocked in sequence. But we can't know that for sure. All right, so let's put this aside. Let's go through our 3 packets here. So we've got a little poster. An important announcement from the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Protect your office against money laundering. So this would be something that would get sent to the local post office people. Okay. What is money laundering? Criminals like to hide their dirty money. If they deposit it into their account, it looks suspicious, but they can't leave it lying around either. So what do? They clean their dirty money to make it look legitimate. Unfortunately, one known method of money laundering is through the USPS money orders. Criminals can purchase them, send their money overseas where it sits safe and sound. By the time it comes back, their money looks clean as a whistle. Structuring, what is it and how to spot it? Whenever a money order of 10,000 or more is purchased, our system sends an automatic alert. However, the smarter criminals know all about this and purchase lots of small money orders in different locations. This is known as structuring. Here's how to spot it. Is the money order close to 10,000 without going over? Have you seen them buy money orders before? Does the person seem nervous? Do they avoid eye contact? If any of this sounds familiar, inform your postmaster today. I want to recommend one of my favorite movies that this reminds me a little bit of. Different, but reminds me of, is To Live and Die in LA. I've recommended it before. Okay, so it said we're off to Roanoke. I guess that's as good a place to start as any. I thought Roanoke was in West Virginia, not Texas, but it must be. I'm trying to remember what the origin of the word Roanoke is, if it's not an Indian name, if there's a reason. Okay, well, I see a little security camera here. Okay, an interview with Fiona Bailey. Let's see what Fiona says. Deputy Chief Nelson says, commencing interview with Fiona Bailey from Roanoke, Texas. Miss Bailey, would you mind telling us what you do here, just for the record? Well, my friends call me Fifi, and I've been a clerk here at Roanoke Post Office for nearly 7 years now. And why did you call our headquarters? Well, it all started when that nice postal inspector came and gave that talk, you know, the one about structuring. Yes, you mean Inspector Blythe. Yeah, that's the one. He started explaining about money laundering and how you pick up on it. Got me thinking about this one customer, real shady type. Comes in 3-4 times a week. I see. And you suspect this man of structuring? Man? Oh, no, miss. You got it all wrong. This customer is a woman. Oh, my mistake. Please continue. Yeah, so this lady barely speaks, just comes in, buys a money order, then walks out the door. Always got this fancy hat on, too. Can you tell me more about the amounts, Miss Bailey? Sure thing. Each time, it's always between 8,000 and 9,900. Never gets any closer to 10,000, though. That's what got me suspicious in the first place. Smart thinking. Can you tell me anything else? Well, so I've been writing down all the money orders she's taken out. Only a few days worth, but thought it could be worth something. Plus, I spoke to Ned, our security guy. He got me these 2 CCTV pictures. Can't see past that big hat, but she's your gal. This is excellent work, Fiona. I'm happy to help, ma'am. Just call me Fifi from now on. Okay, thank you, Fifi. End of interview. All right. And then here's the list she's given us. Friday the 2nd of February, 7th, 10th, 12th, 14th. So every 2 or 3 days. Anywhere between 10:40 a.m. and 2 p.m. And there's all her suspicious amounts. Claims each money order was made out to an MSIOM and an account number. So not even... I thought you couldn't do that. I thought you had to make a money order to a specific person's name. That was the whole point. All right. And then look at this. We've got a little copy of a money order here. Real money order doesn't quite look like this. It looks very similar though, but it's smaller. This is sort of blown up. What have we got here? Pay to MSIOM. Sending from Roanoke, Texas. There's the amount. So it's got an account number on the notes. This is from February 14th. Clerk 4, check them out. Like I said, I thought that had to be a real name. And this is just a blank one. Okay, and here are the 2 CCTV images. And there's our woman in her big hat. Here she is going to the post office to buy her money order. And here she is. I thought that this was the... No, this isn't the post office. The post office is behind her taking this picture. Maybe that's her car. Well, looks like a white SUV if that's her car. Anything else you notice about her? She's purposely keeping her back to the camera, it seems. She's a brunette if that's her real hair. I guess this would be our best lead if that's her car. This is camera 1, Friday. February 2nd at 12:20. Here it is Friday at 12:13. So this is definitely her leaving, not arriving. Otherwise, doesn't look like it's much use to us. Okay, that was our first packet. Maybe this is where it's being sent. What does it say? So when you buy a postal money order, they don't mail it. They just give it to you. You have to get it to the person on your own. So maybe this is what we're going to see. Is this where it's being received? We don't know. Mansfield Post Office. Interview with Tyson Foster. Mr. Foster, what's your role at the Mansfield Post Office? I'm the postmaster. Deputy Chief Nelson, very good. Been doing it for long enough to know what's what. How can I help? Well, yesterday we spoke to a postal clerk in Roanoke. She brought a certain customer to our attention, a middle-aged woman. I've got some photos here. Can you tell me if she rings any bells? Nope. Can't say I recognize her. Sorry. You're quite sure? Look, here's the thing, Inspector. Mansfield Post Office ain't like Roanoke. We might only be a 40-minute drive, but we got a whole lot more people coming in and going out. It's not like we remember every single one. What's this lady meant to have done anyway? Well, our suspicion is that she might be laundering money through money orders. I see. Well, look, if she's making big money orders, it'll be down in the ledger. We record everything over 8,000 these days. Don't know if it'll help, but here you go. Thank you, Mr. Foster. That's very helpful. Now, one last thing. Do you have any CCTV footage I might be able to look at? Sure, but there are a lot of tapes. You'll need to send me over the camera code you're after. Then I'll show you what we've got. You can find my details on this money order sheet. Appreciate it, Mr. Foster. That should be all. End of interview. So remember, they're suspecting money laundering, so they think that the person who's buying these money orders is probably going to all of the post offices in the area to buy a little at each place. So once they were alerted by Fifi, now they're checking the other post office that's 40 minutes away. He doesn't recognize her, but he says if she's buying money or large money orders, it'll be in the ledger. We're asked for CCTV. He says we need to what? What do we need to give him? The camera code. I guess he means like the time. All right, so here are the money order purchases in Mansfield. So we're looking for expensive money orders. Well, there's a whole bunch. Oh, he only gave us the expensive ones. All right. So where's our list of money orders from this woman? The 2nd of February, the 4th of February, 7th, 10th, 12th, and 14th. Let's see. Well, there's the 2nd of February. But this one's at 12:20. That's not going to be our woman. It takes 45 minutes to travel here. Could be another mule because it's the same time our woman bought one. And this couldn't really be her either. He says 45 minutes. We know she's on camera leaving at 12:20. She shouldn't be able to get there before 1 p.m. So I don't think this is going to be her. On the 4th, she bought a money order at Roanoke at 10:40. So no, but she could have gone to this one. Maybe we should make a mark of the ones that seem plausible for her to have gotten at. So she bought a money order at 10:40 in one place. This tells us how long it takes her to get in and out. It looks like maybe she can get in and out in 5-10 minutes. So if she bought one at 10:40, let me just make sure that 45-minute period is right. How far away do they say they are? 40-minute drive. Okay, 40-minute drive. So our 12:20 couldn't have gotten here by this, so that does it for her. But she could have easily made this one if she's buying it at 10:40 a.m. on the 4th. She could get there by 1:20. That would be reasonable. Our next purchase is on the 7th. This is, of course, assuming that, well, wait a minute. I suppose she could be going here first. So we should consider that. On the 7th, we've got an 11:32 and a 1:26. On the 7th, we have a 1:55. So if she's doing it first here, then that would put her here at 12:20. So I guess if she's going first to the Roanoke, first to the Mansfield one, she could have gotten there on the 7th at 11:30 and then ended up in Roanoke at 1:55. On the 10th, she's in Roanoke at 1:30. So this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, but this would work if she went to Mansfield afterwards. Well, that's a bit of a delay. Then we've got the 12th at 11:30. So she couldn't make both of those, and she couldn't make this one. Wait. If she went to this place first at 11, yeah, she can't get to us by 11:30. And then the 14th, she's at our place at 12:40. So I guess she could make this place afterwards. 1:30. All right, so this is if it's the same woman doing it. Of course, if it's multiple people going there, that doesn't really help us. So we could mail this guy and see if he has more information. That's the guy we talked to, Tyson Foster. Camera code. Okay, so we could ask him for these camera codes if we think that she might be involved in these. Any that I missed? Given these two, let's see if I can line these up for you. So given these times, can you see any that I might have missed? Takes 40 minutes to travel. So not that one, not that one. On the 4th at 10:40, not that one, but this one, which we marked. On the 6th, she's not showing up. On the 7th, 11:32, we marked this one as a possibility. This one, no. On the 10th, no. But this is certainly a possibility. No, this isn't a possibility either. But this one is. 11th, we don't have an entry. 12th, no. 12:03 on the 12th. Not really, no. But the 14th you could do. All right. Are we assuming the days have to line up? Well, I've marked the ones that could be that this woman is making a trip and going this place after or before. If we look for other patterns, we could look for her purchase patterns, 95, 99, 85, 82. We might look for similar ones here. But they're all high value, so it seems like they're all sort of reasonable. If you guessed that let's see, there's a Wednesday. She's going at different times on Wednesday. So anytime around 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., maybe if you think that's her pattern, you would rule out that one. And this one. This would be our best guesses of the same woman doing it, but maybe we'll get further information that would help us think that there's some other way to find them. Okay. Chat is suggesting, Delia says, shouldn't the money order amount be the same? There are only 2 or 3 with the same amount, but the times don't match in those days. Yeah, I mean, it might be extra suspicious if we think, for example, that on the 4th, she cut money orders for the same amount. For example, she did 9,900 on the 4th, and here she did 9,400 or whoever did it on the 4th. So maybe we would think that's not the same person. If you look at the 7th, 8,500, 9,500. On the 10th, it was 8,200 and 8,800. On the 12th, we don't have a match. On the 14th, we have a 9,600 and 9,300. So there are no clear matches. So if we think it's the same woman going on both days, they're not sending at the same time. What if we can we ask which one of these themes most likely, if you're only going to pick one, what would be the best one? It might be the 10, 40, 11, 20. That's a big gap between this one. The 7th is going here first. That's still a big gap. The 10th would be leaving at 132, 2. That's a giant gap. That seems the least likely. This one might be our best shot. If you were to pick one of them, 1240, so she gets out of there at 1240 or so, 1245, and at 120 she'd be in Mansfield. So if she's going straight from one to the other, this would be the one we would look at. This might be our best shot at catching the same woman. 9,300, 9,600, pretty close. All right, we've spent enough time on that. What have we got here? A little, oh, look at that. It's a little phone book, white pages. I suppose it's meant to be purposely blurred out. It's just showing us the yellow pages or white page ads. All right, let's take a look at what we've got here. Just in case life insurance. You never know when you're going to go. Helping you provide for your family even after you're gone. Okay, golden oldies, luxury antiques, purveyors of fine antiques. Broken Drum Music Store. No matter your musical malady, we've got what it takes to get the music playing again. Tooth Hurts, offering no nonsense dentistry. Paw in Order, professional dog walkers. Look at that dog raising his paw like I'm ready to go for a walk. He's like, pardon me? Would you mind taking me for a walk? From Great Danes to Tiny Terriers, we know just how to handle your pooch. Now offering 2 walks for the price of 1. Okay, that's in Mansfield. These are all Mansfield. Okay. And then we've got Barry R's Eagle Eye Systems. We keep our eyes open so you don't have to. Okay, we've got an email address here, providing round-the-clock security footage for you and your business. Get in touch today to find out what we can do for you. Okay, so let's make a note that we've got an email in our yellow pages to check out. Email them, see if they have any footage of the post office, if we know what day. Vegetarian restaurant, #1 vegetarian and only vegetarian restaurant. Candle dispenser. Let's taco about it. Finest Tex-Mex this side of Dallas. Nacho average restaurant. Cheese the Day cheese shop. Finest cheeses. And then we've got a site with an ad with the website. Wayne's Tennis Supplies. Find top tennis brands from all over the world right around the corner. Just ask for Wayne. Okay, so we've got a website racket. We have no reason why we would want to go there. Do we have an address of the Mansfield post office so that we could go to the place right next door or something? I don't think we do. Not there. What about on his list? Yes, we do have an address. 3007 St. Francis Drive. Okay, so let's look here. Waldwick Street. Scenic Glen. High Ridge. Calico Drive. Cheapskate Drive. All right, so we don't have any places on that same street, and this is purposely blurred out, so it's not useful. All right, well, I thought that might be useful, but no. All right, well, we have an email and a website, and that's it. That's all of our evidence for now, for this first set. So I guess what we'll do first is send him the camera code we want to look at. You'll need to send me over the camera code, he says, not codes, code. He's like, don't bother me. Don't tell me to find all of them. Just tell me one to get. So do we have his? Yes. Okay. So we have an email for Mansfield. And then we have an email for submitting answers. Okay, so we have 3 online things. We've got the email of the post office, Tyson, for the code we want him to look up. We have a website and an email in our yellow pages, one for a security company, one for tennis supplies. We have no idea why, but maybe the security camera will link to it. And then we have the game telling us that when we've identified the individual, we should contact them. Should we take another look at this? MSIOM. Account number 49863489. Nothing jumps out at me about that. We don't know where it was sent to. It seems to me like we should pursue this lead of trying to find camera codes. Now, let's see. Any theories about emailing him? Should we email him and ask for multiple camera codes, or should we just ask for our most likely one? Our experience with this game has suggested to us that it may not even care what we write. Like, whatever we write to this guy, he seems like he may just send us the same generic reply. But reading that instruction about saying, tell me what camera codes, seems like he's going to send us just the camera codes we ask for. So what should we do? Should we ask him for all 4 of these, or should we just ask him for the one? I mean, I could email him and say, this is the one we want to look at most, but we wouldn't mind if you send around these as well. Any thoughts from the channel? What do you guys think? Ask for just the one. I feel like it's just going to, well, I don't know. I definitely feel like the one is our best bet if she went right there afterwards. But, I mean, if we were doing our job, we would want to look at all of those. Any other clues from our stuff? I mean, I suppose if you had to pick one more of these to hit, it would probably be this one. You'd probably want to say, well, we really don't know the order she's going in these. And so if she happens to do this one first, if this one is closer to her home than this one, then maybe we should, that would be a good thing to find out. Jonathan says, realistically, I don't know why we wouldn't ask for multiple. Anna says, he says one. If she went here first at 11:32, then she would get at our other place at 12:15 on the 7th. And this is an hour 55. If you're doing money laundering, I mean, maybe she's going to another post office in addition to these two, but otherwise, you wouldn't expect to be sitting having lunch. You just go one after another after another. So that would definitely make it this one. All right, let's email him and ask him for this one first, and then we can ask him for more later. Does anyone have any objection to that? Do you think, am I misreading this? Do you think there's a better one to get? Is there any other clues that we're overlooking? Should we be checking out these websites and emails first? No, it seems like we got to start here. And then maybe if he sees something, we can get security. Although you could make the case that we could email the security camera people and maybe they'll recognize the car and then they can tell us when the car was there. And then we can ask the postal guy to pull it up. All right, let's go ask for that one. We'll start, won't overload him. We'll get him to give us one, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right, we're going to compose an email, and we're going to send it to T. Foster, USPS.com. Okay. I don't know why it takes so many tabs to do this. Just feels like it should be. You send me over camera F14130. F14130 may need additional footage later. All right, let's send this over and see what he says. 14130. While we're waiting, we could check out this website here. Okay. Stop that racket.org. Okay, well, we recognize this Windows 3.1 image from our previous case, the style. At least stop that racket, get your game on. Looking for top quality sporting goods that can help you take your game to the next level? Look no further than Stop That Racket. We offer a wide selection of equipment and apparel for a variety of sports, including tennis, squash, racquetball, and badminton. Our knowledgeable and experienced staff are passionate about sports, can help you find the right gear to suit your needs and skill level. Plus, our competitive prices and fast shipping make it easy to get everything you need to dominate on the court. So whether you're a seasoned athlete or a beginner, come visit Stop That Racket today and see how we can help you up your game. Okay, and we see that they use the security camera company. Okay, nothing's clickable, but this is obviously a clue that they use the same security camera that we noticed. But surely we need to have information before we request stuff from them. Okay. Let's see. All right. Looks like we've gotten a reply from our postal guy. What do you say? I've attached a CCTV still for the cam code you sent over. Doesn't look like much was going on at that time. Okay. So nothing was happening, but what do we see? We see stop that racket. So there's our Mansfield post office. And there's stop that racket. Where is our post office relative to all this? I guess it's behind us. The camera is looking out. So if we wanted to see an image of who is standing in front of the post office, maybe Stop That Racket would have it. Right? Looking towards us. We're looking out. We don't see a car, though. So it seems like maybe we could ask for Stop That Racket security camera if we're very convinced that our woman is coming out of the post office at this time. Why are they not showing us CCTV of inside the place, the Mansfield post office? It seems like maybe Mansfield only has a camera on the outside. All right, let's try emailing the security camera company and see if they can give us records for Stop That Racket. Although it's a little it's a little weird. Like, are they just going to give us all the records, or are we going to have to tell them a specific time? I'm a little bothered by the fact that we can't see any cars, but maybe that's the nature of what the camera is looking at, that it's looking over the top of the cars, and so we really do need to see Stop That Racket. All right, let's try it. Let's email this guy and see what he's willing to part with. All right, this is going to have to be a delicate email because he's not going to want to, for privacy reasons, not going to want to just cough up a whole bunch of information. Eagle Eye Mansfield at Gmail. All right, now we're going to have to be delicate about this. Action request. Better make it sound official. All right, Barry is his name. So let's try to make friends with Barry. Hey, Barry. What's the best way to broach this subject? Make it personal. Got a problem. We're tracking down a bad hombre. We're in Texas after all. Let's try to get him on our side here. We think she may have. I think your security. Remember that the game is not paying attention to any of this. We're just doing this for our. They have her up. We're looking for footage from a camera on top that bracket on or about February 14th. Oops. February 14th, 1990 at around 1:30 p.m. And now I'm feeling better about this. If that camera can catch the car while she was inside, that would be useful. And then we'll just make a little we'd rather not have to get a search warrant for your business if we can keep this cordial. Okay. So a little bit of encouragement to not make this a legal thing. Okay. All right. That's our best guess. On or about February 14th, 1990 at around 1:30 p.m. All right, let's get maybe we should give him the address in case he cares about. He's sure he's going to know where Stop That Racket is. But I guess we could say camera pointing at Mansfield Post Office 471 Old Deck Street. Francis Drive. Okay, all of this is completely unnecessary. The game doesn't care about any of this, but I'm doing it to care about it. Delia says, if the other post office is 40-minute drive, maybe we should check the records around 1 p.m. Let me see here for a second. I'm going to just send this for now, but let's see. Okay. If the other post office is 40-minute drive, maybe we should check the records around 1 p.m. on February 2nd. I'm not sure I'm completely following. If she left another reason to suspect it's the 14th is that the one postal money order we're given is the one from the 14th, by the way. All right. Oh, we got a reply. Let's see what we've got here. Hi, Inspector. That's right. We've been running the security at Wayne's shop for years. Come to mention it, I did see a certain shifty someone working around Wayne's shop the other day. Please see below. All right, so it looks to me like no matter what we emailed this guy, he was going to send this back to us. He's being very ambiguous about what day this was. Well, unless there is a date at the top. There isn't. But look what we've got. We were right about that being her car from the other photo. And in fact, we've caught her. We've caught her face. Most importantly, we've got her license plate. So we did it. So it may have been that no matter what camera you ask to see, at the post office, it shows nothing. But it shows you that the racket court is across the way, the racket shop, and then whatever you ask of the racket guy, he sends you this. So it may be just the illusion, no matter what you sent to these two people, you were going to get this shot. But I think we can feel pretty good about our choices. C594, this is her license. I'm going to call this a white SUV. even though I'm not sure it's white. All right, any other observations from this? She's kind of got a masculine face. It wouldn't be crazy if that turned out to be a man dressed to look like a woman. Any other observations? Definitely her car. Definitely the same car as before. Working around Wayne's shop. That's the tennis supply store. All right. Well, we got her. That's the important thing. 6CD C594. Let me see if I can take a screenshot of this. I guess it's in our email, so we don't care. All right. Now, it feels like we've finished our assignment for part 1. Right? It feels like that's going to be the information that's the information to help identify the individual. So I think we're ready to send this off, and then we'll take our break, I guess. All right. So we're going to send an email to our boss here and let him know we got her. M. Nelson, usps@gmail.com. Okay. I don't understand why it takes 100 tabs to get here. Got her. Is our subject. Okay. We've located dirty camera footage of our girl. License plate of her car is 6CD C594. It's an SUV, possibly white. PS possibility. It's actually man. At least a mask. I was going to say something to get me in trouble. Okay. Possibly it's a man. Not sure. I'll just put that. Just in case they pull up a man's driver's license, I don't want them to rule it out. Okay. Let's send this off. We're not sure if it's possible. We could check the other cameras to see if she's doing other postal money orders on other days, but it doesn't seem like that's necessary. We don't need proof that she's doing multiple of these yet. It would be nice to make sense of this MSIOM at some point. All right. We got a reply here. Well, 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 looks like we've got something. According to the registration number you spotted, the vehicle belongs to a woman named Samantha Olander. Her tax records claim she's a bus driver at the local airport. But something doesn't add up. So far, so good, Inspector. Now we need to find out exactly where this money is being sent. Objective 2, find out the name of the bank receiving the postal orders. Send me another email once you've got the name of the bank. I'll be waiting. You may now open file C4. Nora. Okay, let's just write down. We've got Samantha Hollander. Bus driver, local airport. And they think it's being sent to a bank. I'm not sure why they're so sure. She's so sure it's being sent to a bank. Why would you send it to a bank? You got to send it to a person. They've got to walk into a post office. So I don't know why you would be sending it to a bank. Okay, not important for us now. We'll take our first break here. I'll see you in 8 minutes. It feels like maybe we're going to wrap up this case early tonight. We've got our woman. How much more is there to do? I'll see you in 8 minutes. Okay, we're back. We've found the woman's license plate. The postal inspectors have tracked her down, Samantha Olander, and we've been told we can now open file C4. So, and the game has told us, or our boss has told us, we need to find out what bank the money orders are going to. I'm not sure why they're so sure it's going to a bank, but maybe that will become clear soon. Okay, here we go. So the entire contents of this folder is an evidence envelope. Let's read what it says. Inspector, that was some nice work tracking down our mystery shopper. Good old Barry seemed pretty excited to help too. Hell, it was probably the most action he's seen in years. Anyway, the name's Ben. The chief called me in to help with some reconnaissance for your investigation. After you found the number plate, we traced it back to her home address. I swung by yesterday morning, and let me tell you, for a bus driver, she's doing pretty well for herself. Here's Samantha Olander's home in Highland Park. Yeah, that's a pretty fancy house. Olander was out when I arrived, so I took the liberty of checking through her garbage cans. You know, it's amazing what some people throw out in this day and age, especially people trying to cover their tracks. I found a lot of the usual muck, but there were a few things that stood out. Take a look and see what you think. Ben Wan. So this is what he got from the garbage. All right. Do I need my latex gloves to handle this? I'm not thrilled. There's a nicer picture of her house. All right. So here we go. I don't have my latex gloves, so I'm going to have to hope that this is safe. And what do we got here? All right, that's almost too bad. So we've got a bunch of crumpled up sheets, a notebook, and 3 business cards. Okay. Let us eat in Mansfield. Remember, that was the vegetarian restaurant. It looks like this person's a regular, so we could visit there and see if they recognize her. She wears that big hat. They might recognize that. Antique dealer. Appointment made February 1st, 10 a.m. Don't be late. So there's Let Us Eat. And is this Brian Brooks's place? Senior Antique Dealer. GNO, Golden Oldies. All right, so I'll tell you what, though. I think what we've got is that she seems to have her home address in Mansfield. Given that that's the case, I wonder if it won't turn out that actually, well, we caught her actually going here after. Okay, but anyway, so her home address is in Mansfield, it seems like, or at least she spends a lot of time there. We have no knowledge about furniture there. Home Nest Inc., but we do have a website and an email. And she's got an appointment at the Golden Oldies for February 1st. And she's a regular at the Lettuce Eat, Mansfield's #1 and only vegetarian restaurant. Okay, website, email. All right, well, but we already know who she is. So there's that. We're not trying to get her identity. Let's take a look at her notebook here. My friend went to Texas and all I got was this notebook. Appointment confirmed with Mr. Brooks for 10 a.m. That's that. Got an address. Don't be late. 1556 ounces. Too heavy? ? Is she buying something to ship drugs in? Is that what's happening? Is she going to have bought something that you could hide drugs inside of? Do not be late. Don't be late. Remember, and then she's torn it off here, but look, you can see there's an imprint. It's actually imprinted. That is pretty impressive. I wonder if they've got a way to automate that. Okay, so it says, remember, and then she's torn this off, but we can see it says, hail Geiwev, Geiwev, exclamation point, hail Geiwev. How strange. I don't have to do any, I guess we could try to do an imprint. Not sure. I'm not sure I have a pencil. Actually, I think we'll just write it down since I can see it. It says hail. Definitely says hail, right? HAIL. And it says Geiwev. Geiwev. Exclamation point. Strange, huh? Remember. Geiwev. Okay. And that's it. In fact, you can see it even a little clearer here, maybe. Okay. I wonder if that's the code word you say to the person at the antique shop to get him to give you the drugs. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Mansfield Post Office. Dear Miss Olander, I just wanted to say thank you again for such a thoughtful gift. I count myself very lucky to be your mail carrier, Miss Olander. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again, Ann Anderson. So our woman gave her postal carrier a gift. Ann Anderson. So is she unknowingly helping Miss Olander? Or is this some sort of secret drug deal? All right, let's look at here. Okay, so here's a follow-up related to our business card for Home Nest. It says, Miss Olander, this is an important message concerning your furniture subscription. We regret to inform you that due to an unforeseen pest problem, we will have to pause your furniture subscription for the time being. The last shipment will arrive by night on Wednesday the 31st. You are encouraged to properly clean these within 2 weeks in order to avoid further risks of pests in your home. What on earth? It's a furniture subscription service. Your last shipment on the 31st. You're encouraged to clean these within 2 weeks. That's very odd. Anyone have a interpretation of what this? I guess we can visit this website and see what this place is all about. But that's very odd. And what have we got here? Aha. Sandfield Castletown, Isle of Man. Debbie in the channel was just saying that she's traveling to Isle of Man to see if it's a good place to live. Dear Miss Olander, I trust you're well. I can now confirm your deposits through the month of January 1990 have been added into your account ending 3489. There's her account number, 49863489. The deposits came to a total of $326,000. Should you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Otherwise, I will speak to you again next month. Miles. And there's a phone number. We might actually call this phone number. So it looks like maybe she's sending these postal money orders to this bank, and this bank is laundering them into her account. And that's what we were asked to figure out. All right, the pest is the investigation. You think this is you think these are the drug dealers or something? Due to an unforeseen pest problem, we'll have to pause your furniture. Clean these within 2 weeks in order to avoid in other words, clean your money, do the money laundering in order to avoid risks of the people. That's an interesting idea. Okay, we're going to call this phone number first. Let me just go to my phone here. Let me not show you the credit cards and stuff. All right, so we're going to try to call this phone number. The game does say on the back of the box that you might need to make a phone call, so let's try it. All right. So we're already in the USA, so we won't dial the +1. We'll just, oh, well, I guess 1-424-228-1010. Wait, I don't want to call a wrong number at night. Let's see.
So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach.
4-digit ID number? Did it want... What did it ask for? I don't know why I can't get a higher volume on that.
Hello. Thank you for calling the IOM Finance Association. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach.
4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach. Maybe it's his PO box number. That's not 4 digits. I think maybe we may have to visit this website to.
Thank you. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying.
Okay, so it's a California phone number. It wants the 4-digit code for who we're trying to reach. We could try to put in her account number, but I'm guessing it wants an ID number for the person running this bank, Miles. So I think maybe we go here and see if we can figure it out. Delia says, is it saying account number? I thought it was saying ID number, but we can try to recall it and put in her account number. But it said of the person you're trying to reach. So I don't think it wants the account number. Let's go to the website first, and then if we don't see an ID number, we'll try it again with this number. Let's try this first, though. All right. So www.iomfinance.com. IOM Finance Association. That looks right. Welcome to the IOM Finance Association. To search our database of endorsed banking associates, please type in the full name of the person you're trying to reach. Okay, so I believe what we're supposed to be doing here is entering Miles. Yes, but I don't think we know Miles's full name. I don't think this is going to work. I think we're going to have to find Miles's last name first. Yes, it wasn't the notice in our thing. All right, let's try Miles S. No. And it's not going to be our woman, is it? I think it's Miles we're trying. I think it's Miles, but we could try Samantha Owender. I don't think that's it. No. It wants Miles' full name, which we don't know yet. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. We want a little bit of a challenge here. Oh, look at this. MS, that's Miles. Miles S at IOM. All right, now we know what this is about. This is paying to Miles, but we don't know Miles's full last name. So we can't do that yet. So we have to figure out Miles's name, but now we know what this is at least. All right, I'm going to call this number again just to check the 3489 since everyone thinks that's what it wanted, even though I don't. Let's try this again.
Hello. Thank you for calling the IOM Finance Association. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach.
So I'm going to put in 3489.
Thank you for calling the IOM Finance Association. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach. Hello.
No. Okay, so it's not that. I think what's going to happen is we have to have his full name. We're going to put that in the website. And then that's going to give us his ID number, which we'll be able to put in. We'll be able to make this phone call to reach him. So we need to find Miles's full name. But let's also recall that our assignment is, what is our assignment? I thought our assignment was to find the bank, but IOM isn't the bank. IOM is the sort of parent organization. All right, well, we've got other things to do. Ann Anderson. Don't have good information for that. Okay, we could try the antiques website. We could see if anyone has seen her eating here with a friend. Or we could check out Home Nest. What do you think? You have an email for Home Nest. If so, ask them for a bribe because we're on to them. Let's check out their website. Let's gather some information before we start asking for bribes. HomeNestInc.net. Home Nest Inc. Transform your home into a beautiful and comfortable space with Home Nest. We offer a wide range of high-quality furniture options that are both stylish and affordable. Whether you're looking for a statement piece or to complete a room or a complete home makeover, our knowledgeable staff are here to help you find the perfect furniture to fit your lifestyle and taste. Plus, with our fast and reliable shipping and easy returns policy, shopping with Home Nest is always a hassle-free experience. And then there's no, oh, if you click, you get business closed under investigation. Home Nest Inc. and all associated activities have been suspended indefinitely due to an ongoing money laundering and drug smuggling charges. Policia Venezuela. National Venezuelan Police looks like was this this site. All right, let's click read more. Oh, I see. It's in Spanish. All right. Let's translate it. Hard to read, isn't it? If I switch to desktop, is it easier? Yes. Okay, here we go. On January 29th, the ONA, National Anti-Drug Office, seized more than $5 million in cash after raiding 4 warehouses along the Venezuelan coast. Inside each warehouse, several containers of illegal drugs were discovered, each prepared for distribution across the continent. Inside each warehouse, ONA agents found huge piles of cash waiting to be sent to an unknown destination. Strangely, each pile of cash was worth exactly $1.3 million, bringing the grand total to over $5 million. A 5th warehouse was also raided. Although agents recovered several illegal drugs, no money was found. This has led some to believe that the money was already gone, meaning the warehouse owners received notice. Jorge Moreno, the main agent behind the operation, said the following: each of these stores were shell companies pretending to conduct honest business. In reality, each of these deals were words of fiction. We believe that there's only one man behind this, known to us as Lucas Almes. It is of great importance that we locate our suspect in order to protect the public and recover the rest of the stolen money. Individuals with any knowledge of the whereabouts of our prime suspect are encouraged to come forward immediately. If you see him, stay away from him, as he may be armed and dangerous. Information leading to the capture and arrest of our suspect will be rewarded. So this email address we could pass along as a way to help find this guy, or we could email him and ask him what's up. Do as Jonathan said, ask him for a bribe. Okay, so it sounds like Anna was right that this is their way of saying there's an investigation. Wednesday the 31st. We don't know what month that is, though. Clean these within 2 weeks in order to avoid further risk. So she's getting a shipment of drugs. Maybe it's being put in some antiques. All right, so that is useful, but I don't know if we go back. Let's just take a look at. All right, so when we clicked that, that's when they were closed down. All right, so we could email Lucas Almes and see if he's willing to pay us off to be quiet about this whole thing, or if he'll meet us somewhere and tell him we have his stuff. This one doesn't seem like it's going to be useful to us, but maybe someone will recognize her and know who she hangs out with. So I guess we'll go here while we're doing website stuff. Let us eat. Hail Caesar, interesting. Fresh, healthy, and flavorful vegetarian salads. Come to Hail Caesar and enjoy the perfect meal that suits your tastes and dietary needs. So the secret message said, Hail Guywev. This place is called Hail Caesar. Is it a suggestion about a Caesar cipher? Is that what it is? Is it a Caesar cipher? Little bit of a clue. Let's see what we can turn Caesar into. Caesar, and our coded line was also 6 letters, G E I W E V. So B C D E 4, B C D E 4, C D E F G. Yeah, this is all +4 Caesar shift. Okay, so you add 4 to each letter, you get this. So I think now we should be looking for something else that's going to be a +4 Caesar shift. It could be her name, but that's going to be her real name. So probably not, but I wonder if we could. I wonder if something else is going to take a Caesar shift of 4 to get us an answer. And I wonder if it could be. I haven't seen anything asking for a password yet. Okay, I think that's solved. But I wonder if Lucas Almes doesn't change into something. It's possible that if we email Lucas, he's going to have a code he wants to hear from us. I think we've got the system for decoding. We just don't know what we're supposed to decode yet. Appointment confirmed with Mr. Brooks. Don't be late. 1556 ounces. All right. Well, we've figured out we're dealing with the Caesar cipher of shift 4, but we don't know exactly how to use that information. We don't know what we're supposed to decode with it. And it says 4 stamps. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, 4 stamps here is what Anna is saying, that was another key, that it's a 4 stamp shift. Okay, clever. Cute. All right, let's go check out this antique. We don't have a website, so we're going to have to just email and ask what Samantha Olander purchased. Right? We don't have a website. All right, let's send the email off to this person and see if they'll tell us what this is about. bbrooks.gno@gmail.com. Okay. It's gotta be a better way. I don't know why tabs don't do this. Official inquiry. Okay. Let's see. We don't think this guy is wrapped up in this, but we're not sure. Okay. I guess we should play our cards close to our vest, though. We're doing a routine investigation. Can you tell us what business Samantha Olander had with you, specifically on February 1st at 10 a.m.? This is confidential. All right. Luxury antiques. I see there's actually something else here. What is this? Credit 1841 current. Webster credit 1841 current. Constitution, it says. All right, let's send this email. Let's see what this guy has to say. Don't be late. Don't be late. All right, let me go and send this off. We'll see what this guy has to say. Any objection? Hopefully we've not let them on to the fact that we're investigating them. We're doing it. Okay. Hello, this is an automated response. Due to an unforeseen increase in demand, Golden Oldies are currently suspending all visits until stock is replenished. If you're an antique seller, please visit the store in person to discuss. Current Golden Oldies price per ounce, $664. Can't click on that. $664 per ounce. Okay. And then remember, we've got this 1556 ounces. So 1556 ounces times 664. That's our 1033184. That's our $1,033,000. Piles of cash. Each pile of cash was worth approximately 1.3 million. And here we've got so they're laundering this money into gold. They're buying gold. They're buying gold or selling gold? She's selling gold? Is that what's happened? No, she's buying gold. What was our price per ounce? She says too heavy, so I'm trying to think about the. So is the idea that they're sending her? I mean, the Venezuelan people say that the shell company had warehouses with cash. A fifth warehouse had drugs but no money. That led them to believe that the money was already gone. So is she getting the money in? Is she sending some of it via postal money orders and some of it via gold? Is that what's happening? Or is it there's a piece of this we're not understanding? Is she getting cash from Venezuela in furniture? Or is she getting gold and selling the gold and then taking the money and sending it back in money orders to the bank? I can't tell whether she's getting it in gold and selling it or getting it in cash and turning it into gold. But then how would she send the gold back? It's a little bit confusing. Anna says it seems like she's buying the gold and then sending back gold. So they send her money. She turns it into gold and then sends the gold back. Then what is she doing with these postal money orders? That's the weird thing. Like, if it's all going into gold, what does the money order have to do with anything? I think, and then what's happening here? What a thoughtful gift. Hmm. All right. Well, we can still mail Lucas Almes. We could also email our postal guy at Mansfield and ask him about Ann Anderson, since we don't have any other way to talk to her. I'm going to do that just for the fun of it, because we have the email of the guy who's at the Mansfield post office. So I think for the fun of it, I'm going to email him and ask him to put us in contact with Ann Anderson, the carrier. I don't think he's going to respond to that, but I'm sort of curious. All right, let's reply to this. Ann Anderson, postal carrier. Can you put me in contact with Ann Anderson? Okay, I don't think he's going to answer this email, but let's just try it. All right, and then so the other thing that was a little unclear is that we may have enough already to advance it. Like it told us to find out the bank. Is IOM the answer to that question? I don't think it is. It seems like that's a bank, not a single bank, but a financial institution. Whoa. Look at that. We got a reply. Ann Anderson, yeah, sure, I know her. Ann has been running our mail route for years. If you want to talk to her, be my guest. I sent over her mail route, so finding her should not be a problem. You may now open file C5. Look at that. What do you think about that? That was unexpected. And Tina says, I think we have the name of the bank. You think that IOM is the bank name? That's the part I'm not 100% sure about. But how do you like what just happened? That was unexpected. So we had this note about Ann Anderson. And given our previous experience with this game, we thought, okay, when you email someone, they don't even care what you say. But I emailed the guy who runs Mansfield Post Office, mentioned Ann Anderson. He said, open this file. In the letter, the guy said, thank you for the deposit. He did. So we may have the bank. Okay, let's see what Ann Anderson has to say, though. We're taking a break from our bank deposits to do this. Interview with Ann Anderson. Written transcript of recorded interview conducted by Inspector Ben Wan during Ann Anderson's mail route. Pardon me, Miss Anderson, is it? Why, yes. Can I help you? Afternoon, Miss Anderson. My name is Mr. Yuan. I'm an inspector with the USPIS. Oh my, is everything all right? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. Does the name Samantha Olander ring any bells? Miss Olander? Of course it does. She's been on my mail route for years. Inspector Yuan, well, Miss Anderson, we have reason to believe she's using the U.S. mail system to conduct illegal activities. I'm afraid it's quite serious. Oh, gosh, I've been the one picking it up for her. I'm not in trouble, am I? I shouldn't think so, but I need you to think quite carefully. Have you ever noticed anything that seemed shady or out of the ordinary? Why, no. Not that I can think of. I suppose she sends a lot of international mail, mostly to some place called the Isle of Man. Other than that, she always seemed pretty ordinary. I see. Have you stopped at her house today so far? No, sir. I was working my way around there. Got this letter to drop off for her. I'm afraid I'll need to take that for now. Thank you for your cooperation, Mrs. Anderson. And remember, not a word to Mrs. Olander. You're part of an active investigation now. Oh, gosh. All right, so we've got a letter for our Samantha. Oh, what have we got? We got his last name. How cool is that? How cool is that? And there's Ann Anderson. How cool is that? It's the Isle of Man. It's M. Stamper. That's the address that was on his that's on his letterhead. We've got her address now, but we've got his last name. Now it says do not open until given permission. So he's interviewed this woman. We've got the envelope, but we aren't given permission to open it yet. It's a little odd. But okay, we don't need to open it yet. First of all, very cool, huh? But we now have the last name of Stamper. So now I think we can go back to the website and get his ID number, is what I think. So let me go to the website of IOM Finance. So see, this isn't a bank. This is a finance association that Miles Stamper is like a middleman, I think. I think he's picking a bank to put the money in. So she's not dealing directly with the bank, but I think now we're going to be able to put in his full name, Miles Stamper, and get his ID number and then talk to him. Let's see what happens. Results found. Miles Stamper endorsed 19 September 1988, and there's his ID number. Four, 2, 5, 3. Okay, now we can call up that phone number and get into his extension. All right, this is kind of exciting here. Here we go.
Hello. Thank you for calling the IOM Finance Association. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number for the person you're trying to reach.
4253.
Hello. You have reached Miles Stamper from Manning Bank. I can't come to the phone right now. Please call again later.
He told us the bank name. Did anyone pick up what it was? Was it Manning Bank? I wasn't actually paying that much attention. But now that I know what he's trying to tell me, I'm going to listen.
Hello. Thank you for calling the IOM Finance Association. So we may direct your call. Please enter the 4-digit ID number. Hello. You have reached Miles Stamper from Manning Bank.
Manning Bank.
Can't come to the phone right.
Okay, so we've got it. It took a little bit of effort, but we did find out what bank he works for. And now we can proceed to the next step. Now, before we do that, we've got this envelope. We know her account number. We haven't yet used our Caesar cipher thing. And we haven't written to Lucas Almes yet. But I guess the thing we want to do now is tell them the bank account. That's what they're waiting for us, right? So okay, so he says, our boss says, find out the name of the bank receiving the postal orders. Send me another email once you've got the name of the bank. Okay, so I think we are ready to tell him. Okay, now what word am I going to use that's similar to Eureka to tell him that we've solved it based on yesterday's case? What word am I going to use in the subject? Who remembers from yesterday? Bingo is what it said yesterday. The name of the bank is Manning Bank. Okay. P.S. Is now a good time to talk about my raise? All right, let's send this. Do we want to email Lucas Almes? Let's just make brief contact with Lucas Almes while we're waiting here. Lucas Almes furniture at gmail.com. Okay. And we'll just say, have something of yours. Hi, Lucas. May have something of yours. May have something of yours. It's a bit dirty, but we could help you get it cleaned. Where would be a good place to meet? Let's just see if he bites on this. Friend. Okay, looks like we got our reply from our boss. Excellent work, Inspector. We had our agents contact Mr. Stamper, and it looks like you were right on the money. These overseas banks can be tricky to deal with sometimes, but they're not so tough when you've got the American government on your side. Looking at these accounts, there's no doubt that this bus driver is up to something. We just need to figure out what. Objective number 3. Samantha is sending hundreds of thousands every month. Who is she getting the money from? When you've got a name, email it over to me. We're rooting for you. You may now open file C6. I mean, I think we know the name is Lucas Almes, unless it's an enciphered, unless that's not his real name, and we're supposed to use our Caesar cipher to find out his real name. But it's telling us we can open a new folder now. All right, let's put these aside. We haven't opened our letter yet, but we are going to get out. Wait a minute. C6. We already opened C6. Didn't we? No, we didn't. Okay. All right, C6. Well, let's take a break. We'll open it when we get back. All right, I'll see you guys in 8 minutes where we are hot on the trail of this money laundering drug operation. Feels very satisfying. We're going to get these people all locked up and put away. I'll see you in 8 minutes. Okay, we're back playing case 3 of True Crime Stories. Digging for Gold in Paradise is the name of this case. It's quite fun. We are hot on the trail of our money, basically. And I had a thought. We still are wondering where we're going to use this Caesar cipher. And I had a thought that maybe Lucas, the kingpin, is going to write to us in code. That's my theory. And we've just been told we can open C6 after figuring out the name of the bank. So let's go. Let's see if Lucas has been foolish enough to write us back. I see something. Okay, here's Lucas. Lucas says, thank you for messaging. I'm currently unable to check my mails, but will try to return as soon as possible. Thank you, Lucas Almez. All right, so he doesn't say anything. He's smart enough not to incriminate himself. Try to return as soon as possible. All right, not helpful. Although, yeah. All right, let's open up file C6. There is a C7 we haven't opened, and there's also the letter that she was going to send. So I was wrong about him emailing us in encrypted text. Well, let's see if we get something else here. Okay, it's a letterhead of Miles Stamper. Dear Inspector, thank you for getting in touch. At Manning Bank, the confidentiality of our clients' information is of the utmost importance. Under normal circumstances, these details would be strictly classified. However, seeing as Miss Olander is part of an active federal investigation, my legal team have instructed me to pass on all relevant information. So, as requested, please find enclosed a bank statement detailing Miss Olander's account activities since the start of February. Furthermore, you have our permission to open any of our letters currently in transit towards Miss Olander. You may now open envelope C5D. I see. Now they're giving us permission to open this. I trust this information will be sufficient and will consider our part in the matter closed. Please direct any further requests towards our legal team. All right, so here is the info. There's Manning Bank. Okay, and here is information about Samantha. Let's see what we've got. So she's depositing money, 35, and then she transfers it to account 293. Zeroes out her balance. Deposits 50,000, transfers it to 293. Deposits 120,000. Sorry, deposits 60,000, transfers it to 293. Deposits 18,000, transfers it. Deposits 40,000, transfers it. Deposits 60,000, transfers it. So a total of 80, 140, 160, 200, $260,000. She sends it in to be deposited, and then she transfers it to 293. So we don't know what account 293 is. There's her account, 3489, and this is just February. 0293. We don't know anything. We don't know what that is. However, maybe we're going to learn more in her envelope. Deposit, transfer. Okay. All right, well, we're allowed to open this now. This is from the bank to Samantha, which we've been given permission to open. All right. Dear Miss Olander, I trust you are well. As per our client's request, we can now confirm you are fully authorized to make deposits into the account ending 9273. Moving forward, please feel free to address all future money orders to the new account. This will allow you to make deposits directly without the need for transfers. So, look, her account is 49863489. She's transferring to 0293, ending in 9273. I think we can now construct the full account number. I suspect that they've made a bad mistake by indicating the first four digits here and the last four digits here. I think we've got the full account number is probably 0293 9273. What do you think about that? Have we now got the full account number? 0293 ending in 9273. This is our destination account number of Lucas Almez, I think. Does that sound right to everyone? What is our next assignment? Who is she getting the money from? When you've got a name, email it over to me. I mean, we've got the full account number. Remember. Do they just want us to say it's Lucas Almez? Jonathan says, what was the web address on the bottom of the letter about direct deposits? Just the same as the one we used to find Miles? Yes. Yes, it was. It's all IOM Finance, same exact website. And then the Venezuelan people say, we believe there is only one man behind this, known to us as Lucas Almez. That's a bit fishy, known to us. Like, that's not his real name. If we do our Caesar shift on Lucas Almez, do we get an interesting name? I don't know if we should be shifting backwards 4 or forwards 4, but I wonder if Lucas Almez is a pseudonym. P Y G E W E E Q. That doesn't seem like a valid name, but what if we go backwards? I need my little sheet to do this efficiently. I'm just pursuing the idea that this might have been a fake name. This little folder here was my father's. This is the kind of thing he would do, that he would, his little hobbies, made himself a little leather stitched folder here with his little stamp of his initials. Smells of pipe tobacco. Okay, so I was going to just check if his name is an alias using the Caesar cipher. Let's just see. So I went forward 4 and got this. That's obviously not right. But what if we go backwards 4? Where is my system? So backwards 4 gives us an H. So H, U becomes a Q, C becomes a Z. That doesn't look right at all. Okay, so I don't think that theory is right. I guess we're gonna reply and tell him the name of the person. It hardly seems like we've figured anything out. It's a little strange. Let's just look at that email again. Maybe he wants Marcus Stamper's name. She's sending hundreds of thousands every month. Who is she getting the money from? Lucas Almes, I guess. I'm just going to reply and say Lucas Almes. Let's see what he says, right? Isn't that what we think? We believe she's getting the money from Lucas Almes or someone using that name. Steven. She's getting the money from him shipped over, and then she's depositing it in someone's bank account, which we not sure yet if it's Lucas's, but I believe the money's coming from Lucas Almonds. All right, let's send this and see what happens. See if he disagrees with us or if he tells us that's not a real name. No reply yet. Maybe he's thinking about our promotion, our raise. We still don't have a reason to use the Caesar cipher. We do know the bank account it's going to, though. Who could we ask about that bank account? Let's see. Venezuela. Well, it looks like this case stretches even further than we imagined. By the looks of the letter, Home Nest sent Miss Olander a new shipment, and I'm willing to bet that it was dirty money, not furniture. Exactly how much did he send her? They want us to sum up how much he sent her? All right. I mean, yes, we can give you that information. Let's just do it in Google, I guess. All right, where's our display here? So the totals are just the money out, right? Yes. It's always exactly. Where's her cut, though? Shouldn't she be taking a cut? Jonathan says, I think it wants the gold price. In other words, in her notebook, when she was saying 56 ounces too heavy. Those are very different amounts. This one's millions, and this one's how much deposit. So is our theory that this is just she's slowly getting it into the account? And the total is the amount we calculated here. I think you're probably right, Jonathan. So it's this number we want. 1556 times the price of gold, 664, which is 1,033,184. Okay. Well, let's copy that. I think you're right, Jonathan. Let's reply here. All right. I don't like how this is formatted. What does it want me? What does it want from me here? Come on, guys. Okay. Okay. This is not. This is it trying to be clever. 334. Is that what the total was? Look how annoying this is. 33184. 1033184. 1033184. Okay, I want you to go away now. Oh, really, guys? It's really annoying. No, I don't want you to do it. I mean, all right, let's see what happens here. Let's send this off. Let's see. How much did he send her? All right. Let's see if that's the number she wanted. And then got my side camera here. I'm just experimenting with. You see the overlay because I'm leaving that on there because I'm not actually using this angle for much, but it is fun to try something new. All right, let's see if she's got a reply. Nope. She says, sorry, Inspector, I need you to be a little clearer than that. Needs us to be a little clearer than that, huh? Let's look at this message chain. By the looks of the letter, Home Nest sent Miss Olander a new shipment, and I'm willing to bet it was dirty money, not furniture. How much did he send her? I mean, I answered it in a bunch of different ways. Do you think it wants... You think it wants this number, exactly 1.3 million? Each pile is worth 1.3. They went to one warehouse and it was missing. I wonder if the difference between that 1033184 and this money in and out is going to be the total of 1.3 million. I wonder if this is the money she's taking off the top. So let's try that. Let's tell her that it was 1.3 million. Let's see what she thinks about that. And I wonder if when you add this amount, I think that's what it is. I think if you take that gold amount and you subtract this money, you get 1.3 million, and this is her skimming off the top. Before we even look at the reply, let's just try this here. So that was our number there. And now I'm going to say plus, and then she took 35,949 plus 35,949, and then 47,136 plus 61,809 plus 1,8995 plus 4150 plus 62,777. Look at that. How do you like that? That's pretty satisfying. Okay, so what have we got here? He sent her 1.3 million exactly. She changed most of it into gold, minus the amount she gets as her payment. So now we know that this is going to be to a secondary account of hers. She's basically sending money in and then transferring it to a secondary account. But this is all going to be her skimming off the top, or her amount. All right. So pretty good. And maybe if we looked at that, we could see what percentage that is that she's getting off the top. She's getting about $270,000. Quite a bit. 20%, 10%, 15%. Maybe it's not, I'm not 100% clear that it's her payment for it, but probably that's what it is. All right, so let's see if we've got our reply in our mail confirming that we were right about it. Nice work, Inspector. Tying Miss Olander to a high-profile drug smuggling case was all we needed to get our search warrant. Yesterday, we found enough evidence to put her behind bars for a long time. You may now open file C7. And we should take this moment to appreciate that Anna says, I did good by figuring out that amount issue. We still haven't used our ciphertext, though, which is troubling. Okay, so, but we're now opening our last piece of evidence. Here we go. Inside Samantha Olander's house. Morning, Inspector. Well, one thing's for sure. Miss Olander sure ain't a bus driver. We've been searching the house for over 24 hours now, and we're still finding bundles of dollar bills. My deputy just found 5,000 inside a lawnmower. That's not even the strangest thing we've seen. Hidden under the mattress, we found this. I feel stupid even saying it, but I think it might be a treasure map. Deputy Chief Inspector Nelson wants all this money seized. We've taken Miss Olander in for questioning, but so far she's saying nothing. Looks like it's down to you to figure this out. Track down Olander's buried treasure. Got a contracting company we use sometimes. They've got offices all over. When you think you've figured it out, get in touch with them. All right. And then we've got a map, treasure map, and the contractor. There's inside Samantha Olander's house. Pretty fancy house. I wonder if she has any Nova Oz paintings. I don't see any. Okay, and here's the contractor. You mark the spot, we'll dig it up. Jasper Nelson, head of operations, Jasper Nelson, and there's his email. So we need to tell him which grid location is where the money, where she's buried it. Oh, look what we got. Finally, the last piece of the puzzle. All right, well, let us go in and let us okay, we're going to go to Caesar Cipher Shift page. All right. So if we say let's see if this one is better. Yes, okay, here we go. So we want to go, no, we want to go the other way. We want to decode. Here's our ciphertext. Am I showing this to you? Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to type this in here. Okay, and our shift is 4. What once was lost lies safe and sealed where lines do cross in the cactus field. What's this beginning mess? Did I type it in wrong? It looks like there was some stuff in there already. Okay. So, what once was lost lies safe and sealed where lines do cross in the cactus field. Well, there's our cactus field. And there's the lines crossing in it. So it looks like there's our location. D3. So D3 is our spot. And we did finally find use for our Caesar cipher. So let us email Jasper Nelson and tell him to go dig at D3. Okay. Okay. Jasper Nelson. WOI at gmail.com. Okay. Take off caps lock. Okay, we have a spot dig at D3. Very sneaky of her that all the X's are not places. She buried it where there's a secret X. All right, here we go. Let's make a deal to split whatever you find. Don't tell bosses. Okay. Send that off and see what we get. Taking them some time to dig. Still digging, huh? Make sure I typed in his right email. Oh, maybe they're reporting us. Okay, good. He's not reporting us. Well, we went out digging this morning. I've attached a picture of what we found. As per your request, we'll have this ready for the inspection service to pick up first thing tomorrow morning. I'll keep a close eye on my guys in the meantime. Can't trust some of them around buried treasure. As for Mrs. Nelson, Miss Nelson, we send her the good news. She told us to send you here next. So what actually is it? It's a little pot of coins. Gold coins, I guess. Rare coins. All right, looks like we've solved it. I'm going to click on our link here. Well, Inspector, you've done it again. Samantha Olander was in deep trouble, but she never had any intention of giving up that hidden location. Thanks to your quick code breaking, we've got all the evidence we need to tie her to home nest, Lucas Dalmez, and a whole string of other felonies. Good work. How it really happened. In 1993, the purchase of 4 $700 postal money orders at a small Texas post office seemed like no big deal. If it wasn't for an alert postal worker remembering a recent talk from an inspector on structuring, could have all been different. The orders were traced back to 2 individuals, both living together in a huge mansion. Monitoring of their P.O. box revealed correspondence coming from the Isle of Man, a well-known tax haven and a good place to hide laundered funds. Adding local law enforcement, a task force was created to look into the matter. Further, when garbage runs revealed Panamanian law firm phone numbers and a connection to a Mexican national and meth dealer, DEA and Customs were added to the team, and Operation Esquire was in full swing. The investigation led to obtaining banking records at the IOM and seizing funds. During a search of the main residence, a map was discovered. The defendants admitted it was real, and inspectors traveled to Paradise, California, where they dug up some real-life treasure, $1.3 million in gold coins. Pretty close to real case. All right. Well, we've solved it. We got the treasure. We didn't get our raise, but maybe that's in the next box to come. 3-hour playthrough, so about what our other playthroughs were, I think. Let's take a full 8-minute break. We'll come back and give our thoughts. I'd like to hear your favorite parts, least favorite parts, where you would rank the 3 cases, what your overall impressions of the series were. I'll see you in 8 minutes. Okay, we're back. You're watching Coffer 2. We're going to give our final thoughts here on the third and final case of true crime stories, postal crimes, and talk a little bit about the series as a whole. Let's first look in on the chat. So there's 9 concurrent viewers, but only Jonathan and Anna are sharing their thoughts. I'd love to hear from some of the people who maybe have been shy about sharing their thoughts in the past. Jonathan says, I think the mechanics were solid, well structured into different objectives. Documents were well produced. Personally, I found this case to be dry. Mystery didn't really grab me. Weren't any memorable characters. Missed the more interesting visuals from the art case. Jonathan would rank the cases case 2, then case 3, then case 1. I'm not sure there was really that much different difficulty-wise between the cases. Anna says, I also like the art story better, though I couldn't join. I agree with Jonathan that the game is good, just the story wasn't compelling enough. Jonathan says, I'm not exactly sure I would recommend this box to. It does offer unique cases for those who have played a lot of games, but it seems like it would be a pretty short experience played off stream. Anna says maybe they should do fictionalized crimes or more fictionalizing of the real cases. John says they're very good at structuring their game and producing documents, so I'd play more if they made some bigger cases with more fleshed out characters. Anna says, yeah, I guess 1 hour per case could be a good fit for a group. I thought this was a very well done case and very enjoyable. I think all of the things we liked about the second case, about the quality of the documents here, was true in this case as well. I mean, they're excellent. They're clearly willing to put in a lot of work. They did this whole thing just so we could find this one place here when we decoded, but look at all the effort they went into this whole thing. And it really pays off in terms of enjoyment working with these documents. I do think maybe the highlight of this series, the thing that they really do well that's enjoyable, and I think case 3 had more of it than any of the other cases, is the staging. This one had a letter that was in one of these folders, and then these 4 different stages within this short game. They're all very short, but the idea that it's unlocking a little extra thing, it really did feel, and then we found the evidence in the garbage, it did feel to me like you're on a sort of an unfolding case that you're trying to track down and solve. And it did feel like it was dynamic in that sense. First, we got the CCTV. We found out who the person was. We went to the other post office. We got their registration. And we kept unlocking more and more to solve the mystery, to sort of prove it. And this case, in a way that the second one didn't, had an actual sort of mystery to solve. In addition to proving it, we did have to prove it, but we already also had a mystery to solve. And I really did appreciate that. And I appreciated that there were points when we sort of got stuck. We're like, okay, we can't log into this website until we find this person's name. And then there were a couple of, I mean, we're good enough at these games that this didn't pose a huge challenge for us. But you could absolutely see a group get stuck. And in fact, there were a couple of moments in this game that were a little bit tricky. And one of them was having to email the the guy who runs the post office in Mansfield and ask him about the postal carrier. And we sort of didn't expect that to work, just because our past experience with the online stuff has been that it doesn't seem like it's really paying attention to what we write, but here it did. All of the online elements in this case worked quite well, especially the email parsing seemed to work very well. And there was quite a bit of it here. So I guess for me, I would rank this case as the best, followed close behind by case 2, and then case 1 as a distant third. But I thought both case 2 and case 3 were very good. I think this one is more enjoyable, although I agree with the comments from Jonathan and Anna that case 2 was more emotionally engaging. This case was dry. It was sort of like this woman, we never get to meet her. She has no personality. It's a little bit lacking in sort of emotional psychological connection. And Tina says, how did they crinkle the paper? I assume this is hand done, although it kind of looks like it's all crinkled the same, but it feels like this is hand done to me. A more interesting question mechanically was what they did. I think these were just folded and put in, but more interesting mechanical question is this. So they did not go to the trouble to use real handwriting here. That's unfortunate. But then they seem to have automated this tearing off. But then they've used some system to actually create an indentation. This isn't a light sketch. This is actually impressed. So they've got some device that impressed this on here. I don't know what device would have done that, but you can actually feel it pushed in, indented in. Pretty impressive. The materials for this game are absolutely well done. As good as we've seen in terms of paper material. And I love that they didn't worry, other than that gimmicky badge at the beginning, which I think you could wear into the post office and people would think it's real. That's a little scary. But other than this little gimmick, everything else in the game was a good expenditure of money to make the props feel functional and useful. And the sealed envelopes, everything, all of that worked really well for me. Delia says, I'd love to read the emails sent by people playing the game. They should be fun to read. As for the theme, this box did well in teaching us some stuff about illegal activities, but I'm more of a murder mystery whodunit kind of person. Yeah, I agree with everything you've said. I do think this is very, from a game design perspective, it's actually quite interesting to see a totally different approach to these games. That they're much more about sort of proving information. Like, okay, we know she's engaged in money laundering. Now, what's the name of the bank? Rather than figure out what's happening, like having to get the proof of stuff is interesting. Jonathan says, I'm not sure if this would be good for a beginner group or not. I think a reasonably medium skilled group, but I think I might, I worry that the first case might throw people off, especially since the website answers are so weird. It's interesting that this third case didn't make use of any of the proving stuff. Like the first case used emails and then had some questions that you had to get right that were buggy. The second case sort of did away with emails but had lots of intricate website questions. The third case went back to the emails and no proving stuff on the website. So a little bit strange there. John says, it seems like you could play the cases in any order. I'm not sure it was worth trying to act like it was a campaign. Yeah, I don't mind it being framed as a campaign. It's just that the case one was a little uneven. So, but I would play more of these if they made another box of these. I would absolutely play more. And I agree the murder cases are more compelling, but there were so many of them that it's nice to have a little shift. And I think it really does make you think about, from a game design perspective, the idea of making cases that are about proving stuff, convicting people and proving that they're involved in stuff. And I do think that really is something that's worth thinking about. Like, how does that change the nature of the case. If it's not about figuring out what happened, but more about proving what's happened. I do worry that in 5 years, this case is going to need either someone to completely redo their website to fix up all the things that are broken. There's a phone number here and all the different Gmail address bots on websites. It feels like that's not going to last for long. But, you know, you could always put an errata on the webpage saying, hey, if you had called this number, here's what you would have heard, etc. And it says, case 1 was the training, gave you the badge. Case 3 mentioned how you solved case 2. So you do need to play them in order. You do need to play them in order. But I think Jonathan was saying that they wouldn't have had to structure them like that. They can fix case 1 problems. All of the case 1 problems were online, so they could fix those if they wanted. And they weren't so broken that we couldn't solve it. I mean, I enjoyed this set. And I enjoyed the style of it. It really is interesting that they went with this sort of hand-drawn comic style. Normally that doesn't appeal to me, but I think they did a good job of it here. And there's some real humor in the dialogues. They could have used a little bit more emotional punch to the people and the stories, though. Overall, though, I'd say quite good. Quite different and quite good. Aside from case 1, but I would recommend it. I'm not sure. I mean, I thought they did a good job. I'd like to see more from this group. Do we have authors listed in this? Not sure we do. We don't seem to have a list of authors, at least on the printed material. All right, well, fun working together as always. I really do appreciate this channel. I appreciate the camaraderie, the teamwork, and being able to share these experiences with someone else. And I feel very lucky that I've got all of you in the channel. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Don't consider it. If you like it, you go ahead, you could give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. It always makes me, I look, I see their thumbs up. I see the comments. I'd rather have the interesting comments than the thumbs up, but I'll take what I can get. On Sunday, we'll be doing a live Q&A. I'd love to have your questions. You can submit them ahead of time on the Board Game Geek Guild. There's a link on the About page, or just go to the community tab. There's a post there about it. You can just reply to that and ask any questions you want to ask. That'll be Sunday at 3 p.m. And then I think next week we should have some time to play another game. I think probably next Thursday we'll play Murder at the Movie Theater, the Cryptic Killers game. But I am open to other ideas. If people have some games they want to play, we could play another Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective fan case. In October, we're going to try to play some scary, creepy Halloween games, maybe a Bureau of Investigation fan case that's been posted. We'll see. I'll talk to you all next time.